Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, Matt, in the beautiful, snowy northern Arizona of Prescott. Prescott of northern Arizona. Whatever, it's close enough, right, Mike?
Yeah, no, that's, I think that works.
Close enough. So there's my good buddy. Follow him on the Facebooks, at Mysterious Mike Talent. Mysterious Mike Talent.
Hello, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my co-host, but hello.
I'm trying to be structured.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mike, so are you ready to paint some houses?
Yes, I'm ready to paint some houses, Matt. That was a good intro, man, for our movie that we're reviewing today, which is a Tributary, right?
Technically, it is a Tributary because it is streaming majoritively on Netflix. It is in the theaters. It is not in any theaters close to me. I think it's only in one theater, maybe two in Phoenix, all of Phoenix. But that is Martin Scorsese's latest 3.5 hour long mob movie, The Irishman.
Yes, indeed. The Irishman. All right, so I'll get into the rundown here. The best way I can describe this movie is it's the Notebook for a mafia movie. One character recalling their love of things they did throughout their life working on the job for the mafia.
Now, did you tell our listeners that you came up with the description?
No, I this is sponsored by at Mike Talent.
At Mysterious Mike Talent, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you going to go add it to the IMDb synopsis? I think you should.
I should try. It was directed, like we said earlier, by Martin Scorsese, written by Charles Brandt. He wrote the book, and then the screenplay was by Steven Zayan. I probably screwed up that name. And then it's starring Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Ray Romano.
See, you got all those names right. What about?
Yeah, they're all huge characters.
What about Harvey Keitel?
He's in it a little bit, but I didn't feel like he even needed to be mentioned. He's barely in it.
Oh, okay. He was a boss, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters I could have mentioned, but I did the main ones, man. Those are the main one, and even Ray Romano's not in it that much.
That's true. He's just the lawyer. Jesse Plemons. He doesn't.
Yes, Jesse
doesn't
he's
play a
barely
Nazi.
in it.
Yeah,
dude, he's barely in it. Yes, all those people are in it. I'm sorry, I didn't mention them.
I'm just harassing you. I don't care, Mike. You mention who you want. This is your section.
All right, Matt. Why don't we talk about the characters a little bit, Matt? What did you think of the character Frank Irish, the main character of the movie?
Frank Irish?
Yeah.
You mean
the Irishman?
Frank Sheeran, who went by Irish.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Dang it.
He's a real person.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's a character. I guess he's a character in the movie, played by Robert De Niro.
Yes.
He was good.
Yes, played by... Yeah?
Well, what's interesting, Mike, is this movie is very historical, but the question is how historically accurate is it? Because this entire movie is based on the novel by Charles Brandt as Frank Sheeran told him the story. The biggest question with this whole movie is how much is really real and how much is not.
Well, you got to wonder if Frank Sheeran, or who went by Irish, spun a little bit of, I don't know, optimism on his, he's going to portray himself in a better light than he would have, if it was told from a third-party perspective or from someone looking at his life. Like, if someone followed him his whole life and wrote a documentary or something.
Well, okay, so Jimmy Hoffa, spoilers, but it's
Dude, you shouldn't do spoilers yet. You gotta wait.
It's factual though. Okay, so all right, one of the hits that takes place in the movie, he takes credit for, but there's no proof. There's another hit in the movie that he takes credit for, and there's historical accounts that it was someone else. There's, again, not like 100% proof, but there's historical accounts it's someone else, but he says he's the one that did it. So it's, I don't know. It's all based, this whole film is based on one guy's story. A lot of it is true. A lot of it is maybe true.
Right. Okay. Conjecture or hearsay, I guess, kind of. I mean, from Charles Brandt, hearing it from Frank Sheeran.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things is that's how the movie's shot and that's how the film is told, is basically Charles Brandt sitting there interviewing him. You never see Charles Brandt. You only see Frank Sheeran. See, now you got me saying Sheeran.
Oh, Sheeran. Sorry, my bad.
Frank Sheeran, interviewing Frank Sheeran, and you never see Charles ever, but you can tell it's Frank's talking to someone, telling them the story, and that's the perspective we have as the viewer of the film.
Yeah. I don't know if I caught that. Okay. Cool.
It was a good film.
Yeah, and what did you think of Russell Buffalino? I felt he was a good negotiator kind of character, but what did you think about him?
He was the boss, man. He did what he wanted, and you listened or you didn't exist anymore.
He was the boss for sure. He was the boss. I enjoyed painted house.
Yeah, he was the boss, or you got to become the paint on a house.
Yeah.
And then, of course he did his own carpentry as well.
Yes, of course.
And that's a reference of burying the body, getting rid of the evidence, getting rid of the body.
I didn't. I don't think I knew that, but all right,
Yes,
cool.
that's what he does his own carpentry means.
Okay. I know he explained. He's like, I don't think he does his own carpentry. I didn't understand. I didn't catch the double. I guess the double meaning.
Yeah, no, it's not like widespread in the mob either. According to the novel, it's pretty much only done in the Philadelphia mob, but
okay,
or used to.
All right,
yeah.
And then, Matt, of course, we have to talk about this character, Jimmy Hoffa. What did you think about him? I thought he was a very bombastic type, fun to watch, and wonder what he was going to do next.
Based on the historical Jimmy Hoffa, man, the dude that was running the Teamsters, he was very boisterous, very charismatic. He's what people want in that kind of position. Just so happened he was in the mob, too.
Was he in the mob or was he just friends? I don't know.
I believe historically he was in the mob, but they might not have ever said he was or was not in the film, but it's kind of a known.
Okay, he was a known quantity. All right, I can go with that. Matt, before we get into your favorite section, the story, do you want to say what you're drinking?
I'm drinking a beer, Mike.
What beer? Is it still in protest? Are you protesting?
I want to protest, but I don't think it matters. Nobody listens to hear the protest, so it's fine. Right?
Okay.
I'm drinking the Four Peaks Oktoberfest.
Ooh, Four Peaks Oktoberfest. That sounds fantastic.
I still have plenty left.
Okay, I am drinking a beer called Sugar Shack Maple Stout. So it is not one of my famous IPAs. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, you better apologize to Steve. Also, I'm pretty sure if you and I do not rate this film at minimum of 5 reels, that Frankie Lala and my buddy Steve both coincidentally from Chicago, are going to hunt both of us down and paint our houses with us.
Oh, man. Quite the threat, man. Well, I guess they're going to have to listen to the end to see if me or you is going to be painted the house. Or a painted house. I screwed that up.
Used to paint the house?
Yeah, used to paint the house.
That's better. All right. Got it. Well, this segment of the podcast is brought to you by Portillo's. Portillo's, when you need to paint your toilet.
Oh, man. Italian beef. I love it.
Everybody loves a nice, large Italian beef sandwich.
Yes, with the gravy.
You were getting ready to say that's what she said, right? Until I said sandwich.
Yes.
I could tell you were prepped and ready to go.
Yes.
All right, Mike. So what part do we have to go to now based on your scheduling?
All right, man. So let's talk about your favorite part of the movies, and that is
beef sandwich?
The story.
The story.
Yes.
So lots of dialogue. People died.
Yeah. So for me, the story was fine, but if I'm honest, I wanted a little bit more, but I was not able to pinpoint what it was that I wanted, and I kind of did not like the order and the flashback style, but that is a personal preference. So I don't know.
You wanted more nudity, right? You wanted to see
definitely more nudity, of course.
Yeah, there wasn't enough flaccid penis?
No, not at all.
Never enough for you, Mike.
No. And for anyone who's listening who hasn't listened to many podcasts, I have an exception,
you mean
obsession
yeah.
with male flaccid genitalia. So that is why Matt is making fun of me with these flaccid penis and nudity jokes.
Jokes. Yeah, they're jokes, Mike. You're laughing so much. I could tell.
I am laughing.
Hey, so, Mike, do you think they could use the de-aging technology on the flaccid penises like they did on their faces?
Yeah. Does that put the foreskin back on?
Good question.
Yeah, maybe we should put that in a poll.
I think you should write a letter. A poll. I was going to say, I think you should write a letter, but no, we'll do a poll.
We should write a letter.
Does de-aging the penis bring back the foreskin? Well, I guess that depends on how far back you want to go on the de-aging. You know what I mean? Like birth, yeah, it'll put it back for sure, like everybody. But if you go back to maybe 5 or 6, maybe not so much. Maybe even 2, it's probably gone by then. I guess it depends.
Yes, I think it does depend.
That's one of the things that distracted me was the de-aging. It works well at times. It works really well at times. Other times, not so much.
It was a little bit distracting. I was going to talk about that a little bit in the next section. But,
not the story?
Yeah, not the story, the spoiler section. But since you brought it up, yes, I thought it was a little overused, and I wasn't sure if it was 100% necessary, but then again, I don't know what it looked like without the de-aging.
Well, they're all crotchety old guys now, man. All of them. They're all old.
Yes, they all are old, yes.
The worst for me wasn't even so much the de-aged, it was the part in the grocery store, outside the grocery store, when Robert De Niro beats the hell out of the grocery store shop clerk.
Oh, come on, man.
It looks like an 80-year-old man beating the shit out of a dude.
Spoilers, Matt. Come
so
on.
What? It's not a spoiler. He beats the shit out of a dude.
Man, come on.
I do what I want. You can't control me.
Obviously.
See, when you edit, then you can edit all this out.
All right. Sure.
But how is it a spoiler? He just beats the shit out of a dude.
Well, dude, I was going to talk about...
least convincing.
That was the worst scene. He needed a stunt leg.
A stunt leg, yeah. Yeah, he did. It was bad. It was bad. It was not good. It was not good at all. Okay, so continue with your story rant. Let's go. Did you take notes too?
No,
you were at home.
That's all I got. That was my big thing about the story. Obviously, you had some things, so...
The story was fine. I don't know. It was a lot of dialogue, lot of dialogue. You know, I think they could have cut chunks of the story out and brought this movie down to a more measurable time frame. I think that's one of the things that's going to work against it, especially everyone that's saying it's going to win all kinds of awards and things like that. I just, I don't know. I know it'll probably hopefully be nominated for stuff, but I think the fact that it's on Netflix and people inherently will not watch it all in one sitting, they'll watch it at an hour at a time or 30 minutes at a time or whatever and get up and wander around and do other stuff is really going to do a disservice to this film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's likely to going to be happen because, 3.5 hours. I mean, Matt, if I saw this in the theater, I'd be struggling, man. I'd be struggling because as soon as that movie ended, I'd have to pee like all over the place. So,
well, that's why you pee into the empty beer bottles that you bring into the theater with you in a big jacket.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's, of course. What am I saying? That's, yeah. Or your empty Coke cup, right?
No, if it's mine, it's no. This is the Harkins cup if it's mine.
Oh, yeah, because you
can't
have
pee in my Harkins cup.
You have the refillable one. So
yeah, I don't wash that thing. You pee in it? Yeah, I'll have to burn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't want an episode of like Dumb and Dumber, with the police officer.
That was funny. Well, I mean, you could always tell the patrons when you leave that the now full beer bottles are beers you left for the cleaning crew.
Oh, no, that's just mean, man. That's just mean.
Yeah, but it's not like you haven't done it before.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right, Mike. All right. So, speaking of drinking beers and peeing in bottles, Mike, how does The Irishman relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt, thanks for asking. And for this movie, it's a makeup department, Caroline Moog. She worked in The Avengers.
The original The Avengers, or Captain America the Avenger, or Avengers Endgame, or Avengers Infinity War?
Oh, sorry, Matt. Avengers Endgame.
Woo!
Yes.
Everybody worked on that movie. I think I even have credit on that movie.
Yeah. Didn't you shoot a picture of America's ass?
Of course. I mean, who doesn't like to shoot America's ass?
I know.
So, speaking of Chris Evans, Mike, are you going to go watch Knives Out even though I'm protesting it? Or did you already see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I thought about seeing it, but I don't know. What is coming out this week? I don't even know. The whole Thanksgiving stuff kind of threw me through a loop, so I don't even know what day it is.
It's daytime? No, it's nighttime.
Is it nighttime?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I know there's some stuff coming out. I have a movie that I would like to see, but I know you're probably going to want to see another movie, but I want to see the one that I want to see, so...
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. So...
we might have to vote. I mean, I know you really want to see another Black Christmas, Mike.
Another Black Christmas? I've already seen like 2 of them, man, and they were all horrible, but this Black Christmas does have... what's his face from... Oh, hold on. Damn it. Pause the pod, Matt.
No, I'm not pausing the pod, Mike. I have it here in front of me. Who? It has what's his face who? You want me to read off names? Ben Black, Simon
Princess
Mead.
Bride guy.
Princess Bride guy. I don't even know if he's on here. He's not in the top build cast.
He's there.
It has all Carrie Ewells, Elwes.
No, I don't think.
That's the dude from Princess Bride.
Is it?
And Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
I don't think he's from Princess Bride. Is he? Yes, He's from Princess Bride, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Why did they not have that as one of his top films on IMDb? They have Saw. Oh, well, there it is. There's Princess Bride. Never mind. So, Carrie Ewells, I think is how you pronounce it. Ewes.
Well, see.
But, Mike, what I want to see, we didn't review the first one, but I really want to review the second one. I saw the first one in the theaters with my boss and his little boys. Is Jumanji the next level?
You didn't see the first one in the theater?
No, I did. We didn't review it, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I saw it in the theater, too. Mags wanted to see it, so we saw it.
Hilarious. I thought it was great.
No, it was actually really, really funny and entertaining. Jack Black as a angsty teenage
girl
was awesome, and then The Rock was a lot of fun. Actually, everybody in the movie was great. Kevin Hart, it was real good.
Well, I mean, honestly, I never knew that I needed to see The Rock doing an impression of Joe Pesci. Not Joe Pesci. I'm just fucking everything up with this movie. Your whole structure thing is just fucking me up. Danny DeVito, not Joe Pesci. God.
Well, I enjoyed in the first Jumanji a lot. The Rock making fun of The Rock with his stare or whatever, like where he like lifted his eyebrow, like hilarious.
The other interesting film that is coming out this week is Richard Jewell, directed by Mr. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I think I would like to see that movie. I have liked all of Clint Eastwood movies, or most of them. But that likely can be a, watch it on the streaming service or, if we have time. I don't know, Matt. What do you think?
Mike, I'm throwing it out, though. Those are your two options. Jumanji, The Next Level, or Richard Jewell.
I think Mags would like to see Jumanji, The Next Level, so maybe we should do that.
Yeah, but is she going to be on the podcast?
I don't know if she's going to be on the podcast, but maybe we could try and figure it out.
Because you know how you had the suggestion of structure?
Yes.
I had a nice, interesting suggestion today at work on what we're missing.
What was that?
I don't know if Megs will fill the bill, but we could try.
What, a female point of view?
We need a female that is a normal female that basically sits there and yells at us and tells us to stop being so nerdy.
Oh.
That's what I was told we're missing on the pod.
Okay. That might work.
But I don't know if Megs would do that. I mean, I'm sure she'd probably yell at you. I don't think she'd yell at me, though.
No, I'm pretty sure she could yell at you, yeah.
No, I know she could. I don't know if she would.
Huh. Well, yeah, I think she might be able to.
All right, figure it out, Mike. You got a week.
Okay, and Matt, now that I have talked about MCU, let's spoil the rest of the movie that we didn't spoil earlier.
I'm pretty sure we've spoiled enough. So Jimmy Hoffa dies. That's not a spoiler. It's historical. Who the hell doesn't know that? Well, okay, no, he doesn't.
No one knows where he's at.
In real life, nobody knows if he died or not. Yeah,
he disappeared.
How the hell did he not die though? He was disappeared.
Everyone has made the joke, or at least they used to make the joke. I think it might be too old now, but they used to make the joke and that's where Jimmy Hoffa's buried.
Yes,
like it was a joke that I have heard for like 20 years. So I don't know.
Well, he was killed in 1975, so
yeah, but I've heard it a lot, like a lot.
Maybe this is its resurgence.
maybe.
So you know the rumor that he's buried under the New York Giants stadium?
Sure.
Well, that came from a guy that also took credit for killing Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, interesting.
There's been 3 or 4 guys that have taken credit for killing Jimmy Hoffa.
Okay, so this is just another maybe what happened to Jimmy Hoffa story.
According to the main character, yes. This is what happened to Jimothy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa. Okay.
I'm bringing that back. Everybody says Jim is short, for Jimmy. No, I think it needs to be Jimothy. I like Jimothy.
Okay. All right. So, Matt, I'm going to get this out of the way. I really enjoy seeing Robert De Niro and Al Pacino together on screen. There's only been 3 movies prior to this one where they were on screen, and this one was a pretty good one. I like both of their characters. They were pretty different, but I enjoyed seeing them both on screen.
Well, here's some trivia, Mike. This is the first time Martin Scorsese has ever directed Al Pacino. Ever.
Really? So in The Godfather Part 2, was that a assistant director?
I don't think Martin Scorsese directed Godfather Part 2.
I think he did, man.
I think he had a hand in it, but I don't think he directed it.
Oh, man. Now we sound like movie idiots.
Mike, this pod has been falling apart for a long time. We should just probably give up. Don't listen to us anymore. Move along. There's my Star Wars reference. I do not see it on his list of directorial credits on IMDb, Mike.
No. All right. Godfather 2 was directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
That's not Scorsese.
That's not Scorsese. All right.
Woo! I win!
All right. Well, I guess just to clear the air, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino were in this movie, The Irishman, 2019.
Oh.
They were in The Righteous
Let me see if
Kill.
I can name the other two. Damn it.
They were in
That was the one I
Heat,
was... Damn it.
And they
That was
were
the other
in
one.
The Godfather Part 2.
I knew Heat and I knew Righteous Kill. I didn't know Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, and the movie, for me, the movie length in this movie was a little long. You mentioned this earlier, Matt. Maybe we could cut back some things. I don't know.
I don't want to stay up all night editing it.
The movie length, not the pod length.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think the movie could have a good solid, at least 20 or 30 minutes cut down. Yes, I think a lot of the dialogue in a large majority of the film has earned its right to be there, but I think you could cut like 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, 3 minutes there, stuff like that, and still have the same equally important and impactful film. Because, I mean, it's long, dude. It is long.
Yeah, it is long. Speaking of long, man, there were some long shots in this movie that I did really like. Some of those long, like, panning through different things kind of shots, like, not overdone.
Yeah, the one shot.
Yeah, not overdone like the Academy Award nominee movie last year that we reviewed, the black and white one.
Roma?
Roma. Not like
also
that.
Also a Netflix film?
Yeah, where it was like, it was just too much. This one, they only had it a few times, and I liked the way that it was used. I thought it was pretty cool.
Do you suggest our 3 listeners that are still left to watch this movie on Netflix streaming? Or should
Yes.
they pass it?
No, they should watch it.
Should they watch it in one sitting?
If they
While
can
they're
make
eating
it,
dinner?
yes. If they can make it. I mean, that'd be a really long dinner. I mean, make sure you have like a 6 or a 12-pack in front of you.
12-pack? 3.5 hours? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's what? 2 beers an hour? No, that's a 6-pack.
That's like
4 beers an hour? Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, every 15 minutes.
Yeah. So do you think they should hunt down a movie theater and see it in the movie theaters if they can?
I think what you're saying, Matt, where you would pause it and go do something else, would be negated if you went and saw it in a movie theater. So that would be good. You'd have to sit through the whole thing and no interruptions, and it'd be more impactful. It would maybe. I mean, yes, it most likely would be a better sound system than your home setup. You know, I guess if it's around and you're a Scorsese fan, Do it.
My brother-in-law paid $30 to see this movie in the theater.
Why was it $30?
Because one of the theaters in Phoenix that had it is that fancy weird-ass theater with like sleeping pod things and all that crap.
Sleeping pods? That sounds interesting. Like, is that where your new nephew was made?
I don't think so. What new nephew? I don't have any new ones. I've had the same ones for years.
Just saying. You said
what
sleeping
about your
pods.
new nephew? Is that where yours is made, huh?
I thought you were saying sleeping pods. Just saying.
No. My sister didn't go with him. Is that if that's what you're trying to imply?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, my sister did not go with him. He shared a sleeping pod with someone else that he never met or knew, which must have been interesting. I hope it was a really smelly dude, because that would have been hilarious.
Sleeping pod. All right. I don't know anything about these, Matt, but I'm just going to trust you in that it's an interesting experience.
Yeah, I bet it was. I don't know if it was worth $30, though. I mean, think about it. That's 2 months of Netflix.
I did. One of my coworkers went and saw the new Godzilla movie on 4DX, which is like the rumbly seat.
Yeah, the 4D. Yeah,
and it costs like $25.
Yeah, but it sprays shit in your face and it
shakes your ass
and it
like
shakes
real good,
and,
like real good. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it a female that went?
No.
Oh, that's right. You don't work with women. I forgot.
True.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
So Matt, I mean, maybe we don't need to reiterate this, but Robert De Niro really needed a stunt kicker.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, that scene was like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, it didn't even look like he was kicking him. Like, I'm like, it almost seemed like the CG was bad or something. I don't know. It was just weird.
That's when you change someone's face and you don't change their body. It's like Samuel L. Jackson in Captain Marvel when he's like running down the hallway. And it's totally like an 80-year-old man running down the hallway, but with a young face of Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't know. I think they should have just zoomed in real tight and had a stunt leg in there, and then afterwards cut back out, and then it'd be fine if you wanted to do the wider shot.
You can only do so much, Mike, with this de-aging technology, I guess.
Yes. I did enjoy some of the stuff where the scenes lead up to something, but you don't actually see the finale of what's about to happen, and then you just hear some things. I thought that was pretty creative and cool with some of the scenes where people didn't make it.
The scenes where people didn't make it, so like most of the scenes?
No, but there's a few scenes, like, you know, there's some scenes where it shows it, but there's other scenes where it was kind of creatively done. I like the way that those were shot. Like, you didn't see it, but you heard it.
You knew what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, I liked one of my favorite scenes was how he points out that there's one area in particular where they always threw their weapons in the river. And he's like, it's enough to like arm the Marines or something that he said. Like, well, I don't remember the exact line, but it was something like that. If, someone went fishing, it'd be enough to arm the Marines or something like that. It was pretty funny. And it shows him like, there's like a montage of him throwing like, oh, there goes a pistol. Oh, there goes a shotgun. That was just, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, and then it
Dark,
showed
but funny.
A couple like go down to the bottom, and you just see like a handful of all these guns, like in
a handful.
More,
it was a truckload.
Yeah, but like in a dilapidated state, like they'd been underwater for a while.
This movie had its moments. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it was a very good movie. Just had a couple things here and there.
All right, Mike. So how many reels?
I figured you were getting to that. Matt, I'm going to give this movie 4 out of 5 reels, and I expect my head to be painted soon.
Your head to be painted? So specifically, Frankie Law and Lord Stevens of the House Stockmartian are going to come and shoot you in the head and paint your house. It's a hell of a journey to the East Coast, but
I feel like you, Matt, you told me that they have watched it how many times? 3 times?
I think Frank is on number 4 and Steve is on number 3. And remember, the movie literally came out the day before Thanksgiving. And it is a 3.5 hour long movie. 3 times is 15 hours. No, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, 15, 11. What's the difference?
I rounded up a little bit. Close enough. It's a lot of time watching one movie. And I get criticized for how many movies I see to do the podcast. I'm like, I see 1 a week. I don't think it's that bad.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm sorry, Steve and Frank. I'm sorry. I only got a 4 reels out of 5 on this one.
Well, I enjoyed it equally as much as you did, Mike. I give it 4 out of 5. I think it's a good movie. It is worth a watch for sure, but I don't think it's Martin Scorsese's best work. I really like Goodfellas. I really like Casino. I really like The Aviator. I really, really like Departed. He's done a lot of incredible, incredible films. And I'm not saying this is a bad one. I'm not. It is a very good one. I just think he's done better.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. It's a great movie, and it's just not as good as some of the other ones that we've seen. And I don't know. Maybe it was too long. I don't know. I can't quite pinpoint it, but it's still a really good movie. Like, everything's really well done. Like, this isn't a bad movie. There's not anything I can just put my finger on. That's, I don't know. That's for me.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's done so many great movies. You know?
Yes. It's probably a weird sensation to have all these great movies to be compared against, and you're always trying to outdo your own work.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf of Wall Street was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Shutter Island.
Great. Yeah, Shutter Island was good, yeah.
Gangs of New York.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
Bringing Out the Dead. I really enjoyed Bringing Out the Dead. That's a really dark movie.
Oh, that's the one with Nick Cage in it, right? And he's the ambulance driver or whatever?
He's a paramedic, yep. And then, of course, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, the king of comedy. You know, I mean, just keep going and going and going. I mean, he literally, like, people would kill to have one of his hits. And he has 15, 20 really good, solid, great films.
Yeah, he's still got it, for sure. He's still got it.
It's classic Scorsese. All right, Mike. So next week, Jumanji.
What is the official title of the new one? Like The Next Level?
Yeah, I think it's Jumanji: The Next Level. Or do you want? You know, we already talked about it once, but I mean, we can see the other one. But I just think Jumanji will be more fun, and it'll make Mags happy, and then you can force her to be on the podcast, like you keep talking about.
Yeah. So Jumanji, The Next Level, and then after that, like, what are we gonna do the next week? There's not anything coming out, right?
No, there are no movies coming out the week of December 20th at all, and I swear I am not seeing a movie twice in one night back to back in the theater on December 19th.
No, you're not. I mean, there's nothing about like some space thing,
space opera.
Space sci-fi thing. No, I didn't think so.
No. We'll go see Bombshells that week.
Okay.
God, dude, that movie's going to get freaking destroyed, man. Look at the movies that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's up against that week. There's only 3, at least, that I see on the list here. Bombshells 1, Cats is the other. I mean, they're just going to get destroyed. It's going to be sad. I do want to see Bombshell, though, because, I mean, it is freaky how accurate Charlize Theron looks. Like, it is freaky.
Okay.
And then the week after that, I know what I want to see that week.
Yeah?
Little Women.
Oh, the one that's based on the book, Little Women?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read the book, but apparently it's a giant classic, and I'm a very bad person for not reading it.
You are a bad person, Mike, or watching the television show or the handful of movies before it. No, I don't want to see Little Women. What's wrong with you?
Dude, I actually thought you were serious. Oh, man, you got me.
December 27th, a movie that I'm really looking forward to. I just hope it's good. I really do. It looks awesome. It's covering a topic that not a whole lot of people have covered in film, at least not in modern day. 1917, a World War I movie.
Oh, yeah, that does. It looks interesting.
It looks
interesting.
Epic. It looks good. So we'll see as we come closer, but those are the ones that I'm thinking, Cats, and then Little Women, and Jumanji, the next
Jumanji, yeah.
It's so funny.
When you say Jumanji, I think of Phalange from Friends with
I don't know. I
Phoebe.
didn't watch Friends.
You don't watch Friends?
No, I'm a man. Shake your head all you want. You're not watching Watchmen, which is absolutely incredible.
No, I'm not watching Watchmen. I need to watch The Watchmen. So
what about Silicon Valley?
No, I haven't seen it in forever.
Dude, Silicon Valley is a wow. It's the last season, and it is just wow.
No, I love the creator because he did what's his name? Office Space.
Mike Judge.
Yeah,
Beavis and Butthead. Office Space.
Yeah, Mike Judge.
Idiocracy.
I enjoy his mind. He's good people.
And it's right up your alley. It's the tech world, specifically the startup tech world, but it's still the tech world, and it is hilarious.
Yeah, I think some of that stuff depresses me, Matt, because I think too much of it's true.
Well, that's the point. That's why it's so funny.
I know, but it depresses me because it's like you just see all the waste and just, I don't know, ridiculousness that
the excess,
happens.
Just. I mean, literally, these people spend, my salary of like 5 years on one car.
Yeah, and I mean the parties that they won't throw and stuff, and they say how much they cost, and you're like, what?
Well, that's just because they're not inviting you. That's why you're jealous.
Yes, that's 100% true. You got me there.
All right, Mike. Well, anything else you would like to add?
No, Matt. What did you think of the new structure, man? Did it kill you on the inside?
It did. It broke me on the inside. It broke me hard, real hard. The benefit of doing the podcast is that after this, I can add a clip from this morning from Magic 99.1 with Lisa Live, where I totally freaking dropped the ball, but she edited it out, so it's fine. Where I talk about the Irishman.
Nice.
At the end of the pod.
Did you curse?
No, I didn't curse, but I forgot Robert De Niro.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like even saying like, oh, it's like Scorsese's classic like three guys, and I was like, Robert De Niro? Did I make sure to say Robert De Niro? And I had to like say it, and she went back in and put it in, but it was just I dropped the ball hard, Mike. I dropped the ball hard.
It's okay, man. I know what you're talking about.
I didn't sleep well. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Too much snow?
Yeah, that's it. It's not me worrying about the fact that half of my roof is probably laying in my yard covered with snow, but that's fine.
Did your roof really blow off in the storm?
Oh, dude, I'm dead serious. I think a part of it did. It was vicious. The
what
tree
was
in my
storm
backyard,
like, dude?
Huh?
What was the wind like?
50, 60 miles an hour.
Sustained?
I don't know about sustained, but it was pretty rough. That's what they were clocking it at.
Oh, right. So it was kind of like a hurricane.
They had multiple power lines snap, and people went without power for a day in the area right after it snowed, which was bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hurricane. I mean, not the snow part, but the 60 mile an hour winds.
Just like a hurricane, but without the snow. Yeah. No, the winds were at that level. They weren't like 100 miles an hour and stuff. I don't think the town would be left if they were that bad, but My tree in the back had 3 very large limbs snap and break, and I don't know how I'm going to cut them off the tree because they're up about 15 feet in the air. So,
well, I could loan you my pole saw, but I don't know how I'll get it to you.
Yeah, you're going to mail that one.
And you'd still need a ladder because it's not 15 feet, but it would help a lot.
Well, we all know how much you like poles and saws.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the poll about the de-aging of the flaccid penis that I'm going to have to put on the Facebook. Yep. Circling it back, Mike.
All right. Yeah, de-aging flaccid penis. Does it get the foreskin back? All right, man. So I guess on that colorful note, I think...
Or not colorful, because, unless you're tanning, it's not going to be real colorful.
Yeah, I guess fleshy tone note. Let's let's end this podcast and catch us on the next pod and follow us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Joining me in studio now on Magic 99.1, Matt Henshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast. Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
How was your holiday weekend?
It was great. How was yours?
Mine was fabulous as well.
No
Perfect.
light parade, though.
No light parade. I know. That was probably a good call.
Yeah, with all the snow and the
so
cold.
Yeah, for sure. So everybody stayed in and watched movies over the weekend. I'm sure you saw at least one. What'd you see?
Well, the biggest release that came out last week over Thanksgiving holiday was released the day before Thanksgiving, and it was not in the theaters. Well, it's in the theaters, limited release.
Okay.
The Irishman.
The Irishman. Now, where do we catch that? On Netflix?
It is on Netflix. It is Martin Scorsese's latest gangster film.
And how was it?
I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it?
I don't know if it's his best film ever. A lot of people are praising it as a masterpiece. I don't know if I would go that far. It is a really, really good film. I do suggest watching it. If you can see it in the theater, it'd probably be better. It's going to be tough seeing it in the theater. There's only a handful of theaters across the entire country that even have it. So watch it on Netflix, but do yourself a favor and try to watch the whole thing straight through. It's long.
Okay.
It doesn't feel as long as it is, but it is long. It's 3.5 hours.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Why do you think they released it on Netflix and not in the theaters?
Scorsese got the most money from Netflix, I believe is what it is. And there's a lot of de-aging in it. There was a lot of money put into it. Yeah. You could tell. But it's your classic Hollywood stories. It's dialogue heavy dialogue, and it's fantastic. It's really well done that way. It's how movies used to be done. It's, classic Scorsese, but it's the first time Scorsese's worked with Al Pacino, which was awesome. He plays Jimmy Hoffa in it, which
nice.
You couldn't have cast better.
Right.
And then it's his 3, classic gangster people. It's Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and of course I'm blanking on the third name.
Well, that's okay. That is
Harvey Keitel. There we go.
Wow,
there's another
what a cast. You're not kidding. I haven't heard a whole lot about this film. Was there a lot of advertising going into it?
Not on TV.
No.
It's being pushed everywhere else, like on reviewers and YouTube people and things like that. It's Netflix, so it's going to hit like real hard this past weekend and maybe this next weekend. Then you're not going to hear about it again for a while.
Right.
But it's a long one.
Okay.
It's a long one, but it's very well done. And it is, if you liked Goodfellas, if you like Casino, well worth a watch because this is supposed to be a companion film to that.
Okay, I'm going to definitely watch it. How many reels you giving it, Matt?
I give it 4 out of 5 reels.
4 out of 5. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. You guys can catch Matt's podcast, the Real Film Nerds podcast. When does it come out? Fresh every week.
I usually do Wednesdays. When I do one pod. We've toned it down thanks to me being busy with work and other work, and my co-host is busy. So we try to do 2, but we had to cut back to Wednesdays.
Okay.
So usually Tuesday, Thursday if we're doing 2, Wednesdays if we're doing 1.
Awesome, Matt. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.